The history of ceramics and pottery is one of the longest and most continuous art forms in human history, intimately tied to the development of civilization itself. For millennia, these objects, defined as ceramic, from the Greek keramos, meaning potter's clay, have served as vital tools, historical records, and enduring works of art. Paleolithic and Neolithic beginnings, up to 10,000 BC. The story of ceramics begins long before settled agriculture, distinguishing it as one of humanity's earliest inventions. First ceramic objects, c. 29,000 BCE. The earliest known fired clay objects are not vessels, but figurines, such as the Venus of Dolní Věstonice found in the Czech Republic. This demonstrates that humans understood how to harden clay with fire during the Upper Paleolithic era. First pottery vessels, c. 20,000 to 16,000 BCE. The earliest undisputed pottery vessels were discovered in China, Zheinrending Cave, and Japan, Jomon culture, predating the Neolithic period. These early pieces were likely used by hunter-gatherer societies for cooking, processing plants, and storing food during periods of severe cold. The Neolithic Revolution, c. 10,000 BC. As humans adopted agriculture and a settled lifestyle, Neolithic, the need for durable containers exploded. Pottery became essential for storing grain, cooking, and carrying water, becoming a primary artifact for archaeologists to track human cultures. The ancient world, c. 7000 BC, 300 C. This era saw revolutionary technological advances and the rise of pottery as a high art form. The potter's wheel, circa 4000 to 3500 BC, invented in Mesopotamia, the wheel, or a predecessor, the tournet, transformed pottery production from a slow, hand-building process into a specialized, high-volume craft, leading to uniform and symmetrical forms. Glazing, the development of glazing around 5000 to 3000 BCE in Egypt and Mesopotamia, introduced non-porous surfaces and allowed for vibrant colors and intricate decoration. Ancient Greece, c. 1000 to 320 BCE. Greek pottery, particularly from Athens, is a cultural highlight. Their vases transitioned from the geometric style to the famed black figure and later red figure techniques, using the clay surface itself as a canvas for complex mythological and daily life scenes. Asia's technological supremacy, c. 600 to 1800 CE. While Europe was focused on earthenware, East Asia drove the most important advances in clay technology. The birth of porcelain, China, c. 600 to 900 C. The Chinese invented porcelain, a fine, hard, white, and translucent ceramic made from kaolin clay and fired at extremely high temperatures, up to 1,350 degrees Celsius. This, white gold, was highly prized and its manufacturing secret was sought after globally for centuries. The Song dynasty, China, 960 to 1279 C. known for its sophisticated monochrome glazes, such as the famous Celadon, a green-gray glaze. Blue and white ware, China, Yuan/Ming dynasties. The development of underglaze blue painting, using cobalt oxide, created the iconic blue and white porcelain that became a dominant export and global luxury item. Japanese ceramics developed unique traditions, including the rustic simplicity of Raku ware for the tea ceremony and the intricate designs of imari porcelain popular in Europe. The European race for porcelain, 16th to 18th centuries. For centuries, European monarchs imported porcelain at great cost, spurring intense efforts to replicate it. Tin-glazed earthenware. Prior to true porcelain, Europe developed decorative wares like Italian Majolica, Spanish lustreware, and Dutch Delftware, which mimicked Chinese blue and white designs. The Meissen's secret, Germany, 1708. After decades of alchemical and scientific efforts, Johann Friedrich Böttger and Ehrenfried Walther von Skirnhaus discovered the formula for hard-paste porcelain in Dresden, Germany, establishing the Meissen factory and breaking the Chinese monopoly. The Industrial Revolution, 18th century. Figures like Josiah Wedgwood in England pioneered industrial mass production of ceramics, introducing standardized shapes, new ceramic bodies, like Jasperware, and efficient factory practices, making high-quality pottery affordable to the middle class. Modern and contemporary eras, 19th century, present. Arts and crafts movement. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, this movement reacted against industrial uniformity by championing handmade, artistic pottery, emphasizing the skill of the individual artisan. Studio pottery movement, mid-20th century, a global movement where artists, such as Bernard Leach, focused on ceramics as a legitimate form of fine art, often drawing inspiration from East Asian and folk traditions. Ceramics today. Contemporary ceramics is extremely diverse, ranging from highly functional, handcrafted domestic ware to large-scale, conceptual sculptural installations that push the limits of material and firing technology. Today, the production of ceramics is dominated by a handful of countries, particularly within Asia, which accounts for the vast majority of the world's output. Based on recent global production data, the top countries producing the most ceramics, especially ceramic tiles, which is the largest segment of the industry, are 1. China. China is the undisputed largest global producer of ceramics, including tiles, sanitary ware, tableware, and advanced/industrial ceramics. Global share. China often accounts for over 60% of global ceramic tile output, and Asia as a region, led by China, produces about 70 to 75% of the world's tiles. Production volume. Despite recent year-over-year production declines due to changes in domestic demand, China's total volume remains massive, producing nearly 6 billion square meters of ceramic tiles annually. Versatility. China is a leader in both mass-produced, budget-friendly items and high-end porcelain and advanced ceramic materials used in technology and industry. 2. India. India has rapidly grown to become the second-largest ceramic tile producer and a significant global player. Growth. India is projected to continue acquiring a growing share of global production, with strong domestic and export markets. Production volume. Annual production volume of ceramic tiles is around 2.4 billion square meters. 3. Brazil. Brazil is a major ceramic producer in the Americas, confirming its position as the third-largest tile producer in the world. Domestic market. The industry is largely driven by strong domestic consumption in the housing and construction sectors. Other key global producers. Beyond the top 3 by sheer volume, several other countries are highly significant due to their specialized products, export volume, or market influence. Country key ceramic products and specialization. Spain, known for high-quality, design-forward ceramic tiles and leading exports in Europe. Vietnam, a rapidly growing producer with recovering output, becoming a significant player in the Asian market. Iran, a major producer in the Middle East, known for high-quality porcelain tiles. Italy, highly renowned globally for its luxury and high-end design ceramic tiles and porcelain. Italian companies are technology leaders in the sector. Turkey, a major producer and exporter, particularly to the European and Middle Eastern markets. Mexico, home to some of the largest global ceramic companies, like Grupo Lamosa, and a top manufacturer in North America. UAE, the base for RAK Ceramics, one of the world's largest ceramic manufacturers, with significant capacity in tiles and sanitary ware.